Welcome to the show, everyone. How's everybody doing? Hey. So it's me, Kyle, once again on the vibe. Okay, keeping you company till 9. Okay, so let's talk about a lot of things. Okay, now first of all, we're not going to be talking about all. There's a certain time and there's a certain place that you need to talk about politics. All right, do not let politics be like every part of your life. All right. First of all, let's talk about traveling. Okay. Set your mind at ease. Okay. And also make sure that you, okay, that have that time for yourself. Okay. To get away from all this nuisance. Okay. And to get away from all this, the places where it gives you negative energy. All right. So the best part is for you to just remember that there is supposed to be a balance. Okay, that there's supposed to be a time for the negative situations, and then also there are time for the positive situations. But in positive situations, okay, we have to create them, because unfortunately negative stuff will just come rushing to you, but positive things are supposed to come from within. So on today's show we'll be talking a lot about our wonderful person, then the number one person in our life. Okay, our dearest mothers. Okay, we'll be telling you now, since I'm talking about travel. Okay, I'm going to tell you that there are places that you can take your mom on vacation. Okay, hey mom, you've been looking after me all this time, and I just want to tell you that we're going on a trip to this weekend. Your mother would love that. Okay, who doesn't love to go on vacation? All right, even whether it's alone or whether it's a spa day or whether it's anything, people love it. I tell you, they'll love it so much that they would just want to have it all the time. Okay, where reality, they just want to forget about reality. They want to forget about their workplace. They want to stop, like, I don't want to work anymore. Okay, I just want to be at the place where it's going to be, oh, this place is a piece of heaven, you know and you just want to wait there all the time, right? But then again, because of reality, which doesn't let you choose whether you want reality or the easy life, okay, it just forces you into it. It forces you into a lot of things, like, hey, come to work. Okay, you can't have your vacation without some money, so come work. So that's the time where we need to have a balance of things and make sure that we can separate it. And especially goes out to all the mothers out there. Okay, the simple thing is, well, a lot of people think, well, moms are just looking after their kids. Okay, but just imagine the mental, the mental. It can bring a person down mentally, especially when someone's handling everything in the household just by themselves. Okay, looking after the house, making sure it's clean, making sure the family members are all good. Having some time to talk to them as well. Okay, and who do we go to? Our dearest ma, mother. Yes, that's what we go to. So she is the one who hears out all our worries, okay, and tries to give an explanation. Sometimes it's like, what? But then again, you just need that kind of connection. Okay, you need that connection to, well, basically have that time for yourself, and to make sure that you, okay, have that time for your mother as well. Okay, because our parents have sacrificed so much for us. Okay, they have sacrificed many things. Okay, and sometimes they've sacrificed their own dreams and sacrifice, and also their happiness and everything else, just to make sure that we get ours. So we are also going to talk about a time to have with your mama. Okay, and also then we are going to talk about traveling to space. Hey, that's possible now. Thank you, Richard Branson. All right, and then we'll also be talking about how social media, okay, has taken over the newspaper. There is no more newspapers. No. There is no more newspapers, I tell you. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about a lot of things, man. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Okay, we're going to talk about life itself. Why we should travel. All right, what does it do for us? Okay, what does it bring us? I mean, if I don't know, Michael Caine actually just said something in motivation, people would listen to it. Okay, hello, my name is Michael Caine. Okay, no, I did not. Yeah, it's not working out for me, but I'm gonna work on it though. Okay, and let's see how it goes. Until then, I'm gonna be just like in the famous movie Michael Caine acted for was Batman. Okay, and so yeah, I mean, most of us know him from Batman. Are you seen the Peaky Blinders? I wonder. He would, if he is, I'm not sure though. I still didn't get through the first season. I mean, time, reality has taken over me, man. I just don't have the time anymore. Everyone's talking to me about how you should watch Peaky Blinders. I'm like, I know. Okay, but tell that to reality. Tell them to give me a break. Where is my time for my own TV series, my own movies? Where is it? No, it's not there anymore. But thing is, you would after watching the first season, you would just imagine who would actually fit the roles of, and they've picked them so well. Okay, I mean they've picked brilliantly. Don't you think so? Let me know. Okay, you can also send me a message on the WhatsApp line 078 and we are talking about our dear mothers. Okay, so mothers listening in, just put the volume up so that your kids will get the idea of where they can take you for a vacation. You know what I mean? If you're trying to give them some hints, well, this is the place to be. Put the volume up, ladies. All right, let's see what we have. A lot of things. If you have your thoughts, also you can always drop a comment. All right. I mean, I'm not an AI or anything. I don't even know what that means. Like I forget. Okay, so clearly I'm not AI. All right. So there's a comment box. You can also send us a message. Once again, the dots on our WhatsApp 078 Keep it locked, keep it tuned in to Relax Radio. My name is Kyle here with you. Well, it's 9 p.m. today. All right. We'll be vibing for the next 3 hours. Okay. Talking about a lot of vibes. What does that mean? Well, let me show you in just a few minutes. Keep it locked, keep it tuned in for more. What's up? Hey, so I'm going to tell you one thing, okay? It's a sun thing where you just want to be like talking to a lot of people, okay? And then you see these people who are actually interacting with you. You're like, oh man, this nighttime, I tell you, I feel so special, all right? Because, at a time where, I feel alone, where no one's next to me, all I know is that, people out there are actually listening in. So, you know who that reminds me of? My mother. I tell you, my mother has always been there. We have our fights. Oh man, like 99% of the day we have our fights. The other 1% we are sleeping. So we're not sleeping, we don't fight. But when we are awake, like like I said, 99% of the time, we are like proper fighting. But we know that, that no one messes with my mama, and my mama knows that no one messes with my son. That's what everyone says. Okay, I mean, it's true, right? Mothers are our first loves. Okay, and then when you tell that to you, I mean, it's different telling them, yeah, I love my mom. Okay, but when you go and tell someone that you love your mom, when your mom is right there, he's like, that's how I would like to think about that, right? But yeah, she's the best mom in the world. She's the only one I got, so I have to love her. But at the end of the day, you're just being sarcastic. You're just be like, mom's like, I'll give you one. Wait till the house is empty. I got my broomstick. I'll give you one. Right. So, children, if anyone's listening in, okay, especially the kids, I don't mean, and I'm not talking to any age group. I'm talking to all age groups. Okay. When you get the time, when you know that what you have to do, remember that your mother is the most important person in your life. Okay. You just have to make sure that everything is going according to plan, especially when your mother is being like, okay, I'm going to make sure everything goes according to plan. All right, no one is gonna mess up my children's education. No one's gonna mess up my child's happiness. No one. I am supermom. hmm That's how all mothers are. All right, they look after their children. They're supposed to. But when the children become when they are not children anymore, when they become adults, okay, that is when you, okay, have to take the point. Have to take the mantle. That your mother's been carrying for all these years, and now it's time for you to be like, I will look after you, mom. So one way to start is take her on a vacation. All right. Now sometimes, yes, we know we can't always work with our mother, but we can't always work with our mother. But then again, that's your mother we're talking about. All right. So don't forget that, boy. Yeah. Don't forget that. When it comes to a time when when you want to spend, I mean, even people like myself and my mother, okay, we fight all the time, like all the time, man. I mean, you'll be wondering, how are these two still alive? How is Kyle's mom not killed Kyle yet? Why? One person of there, I'm pretty sure she's like, this child. What did I do to deserve this child? But then I know she's also proud of me inside. She doesn't show it to me though. I mean, sometimes she really, pushes my buttons like really well. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Your mother is the best person to push your buttons. Okay. She'll be the one to actually be like, now I know I'm supposed to be like, listen, Kyle, you're talking about your mother. Well, of course I'm talking about my mother. Would I explain about your mom? No, I don't think so. Exactly. Right? I'm gonna talk about my mom. How it is. I'm not gonna say like, oh, my mother wakes me up early morning with a kiss on the forehead. She's like, wake up, my son. My mother, if she had the chance, she would use the bat. hmm She would use the bat to wake me up in the head. No kiss, just the big thumb. Dong. So, but thing is, you do appreciate. End of the day, that big knock on your head was the one that made sure that you made the right choices in life. hmm All right. You did make that right choice. Okay. Because of your mother. Sometimes you would think, I'm stuck in this situation, and, your mom may not understand. It's a business deal. Okay. A business deal where you're thinking, should I go with this one or should I go with that one? And should I go with this one? Should I go with that one? And then suddenly you just decide to go home, maybe for a cup of tea, for, to spend time with your mom, although you're going for, either you're going for a good time and just to have a chit chat about how your week has been, or you're just going to be like, why am I actually not going for a fight that's actually going to happen? Because that's what it is. End of the day, that's your conversation with your mom. Okay, whether it's fighting, whether it's not fighting, whether it's loving, whether it's not loving, it's still a conversation with your mother. Okay, a child obviously shares a special bond, all right, with the mother, that no one understands. Some people are like, why would you do that to your mother? Why are you pranking her like that? I'm like, who else do I want to prank? Okay, my neighbor's parents. I mean, my parents are. I mean, it's because you love them in a different way, right? You obviously don't love them in a very different way. So when and this is another way of doing it, but once in a while, that's supposed to be a break. This is what the break of reality means. Okay, this is what I'm always telling you. Reality doesn't mean just work. Okay, it doesn't mean going back to a schedule. All right. Sometimes, you need to have, let's say, years of fighting with your mom, and have a weekend or maybe a week off, just be like, let's enjoy this vacation today, because there is no way. All right. You're gonna fight. Okay, I've tried it. All right. I fight with my mom every day. Like I said, 99.99% of the time I'm fighting with my mom. All right. 1% of the time I'm sleeping. But then again, on a trip, it's totally different, right? Your mother knows that it's a vacation. All right. He's not my son for today. Yeah. And then I'm like, but then again, I'm all, even on vacation, I'm always out my mom's name. I'm like, Mom, can I have this? Mom, where's this? Where's that? Excuse, Mom, I'm hungry. Mom. Yeah. That's how it is most of the time, also. And so basically, right, especially when a time, right, when it comes to a point where you have to go on vacation, all right, go on vacations, like you can go to Windsor, a weekend in Windsor. Okay, now it's royalty. You like to have a royalty time, right? It feels like royalty, and your mother is the queen of your life. Okay, your mother is the queen of your life, so make sure that you do not mess with the queen. God save the queen. So, especially everyone, okay, most of like the celebrities out there. If you are a celebrity fan who follows, who are actually, or you take their, you're very serious about, what they say, because you like to follow. They are your idols, right? Exactly. Have you ever seen them? Okay, saying something, always mentioning their mom. They always be like, I'm thankful for my parents, I'm thankful for my father, I'm thankful for my mother. Sometimes, sometimes your father also can be your mother, because you might have lost your mom at a very young age, like, and basically your your father had to take on the mantle of mother too, right? So he had to act as your father and also as your mother. It's still, a mother and father actually don't belong to the, whether it's mother is for, the woman, and the father is for the male, because these days, okay, a lot of people are actually being brought up by single parents, and now single parents, okay, are called not just the father, not just the mother, but they are called both father and mother. Okay, so especially at this time when you are successful in life, remember, okay, a little bit of motivation, okay, hang on there, right? You are gonna make it. You are gonna sense, like, maybe it's 10 years of horrible timing. All right, maybe it's like gonna be, oh man, this is not gonna get any better, is it? Well, and I'm just gonna give up, right? You might feel like that. Okay, there's a bit of motivation for you guys. All right, so if you do feel like that, remember that is the time where you have to keep moving, keep going forward. All right, while you're complaining, just keep walking, don't stop. Complain all you want. All right, I say complain away, my friend. Okay, complain away, but keep walking forward. Okay, don't walk backward, don't walk to the side, keep moving forward towards the goal. All right, and I promise you, okay, I'm not sure about the time where you'll be successful, but you will be. All right, you will be successful, but I don't know what time to tell you. No one knows, not even you. All right, you just have to wait for that time, but keep working hard. Have that balance in your life. Be positive, okay, when there are a lot of negatives happening. Okay, the positive mindset, it's not about doing positive things also, it's also about just having the positive mindset, because without this being positive, okay, you can't have a positive environment. All right, you are just going to go crashing down if your mindset is not still. Okay, it's like basically, your friend saying, sing Rewrite the Stars by James Arthur. Okay, and you're like, I don't want to sing that, I want to sing Impossible by James Arthur. But then you're not comfortable singing with what the song they chose, but you sing it, but you're not enjoying it, right? Because this is not the song that you wanted to go for. So that is exactly how life is. Okay. You have to keep doing something that you don't want to do until, one day, maybe the universe, okay, or maybe the deity up there would be like, okay, he's earned his reward. Mhm. And that is when, but that is the thing. This is where it gets very tricky. Okay. Right at the brink, when you are just like, I can't do this anymore. Okay, you had the choice of keep moving or keep or just go back and just stay where you are and just just like, I don't know, plant trees. Mm. Not even going forward. Okay, you just decide to stop where you are, or you just decide to keep going. This is the critical point. Okay, the critical point of life is basically choosing to go forward. But while you have a whole mountain on your shoulders and you're like, I can't do this anymore, I'm not Superman. Okay, and you're just like, but this is when your end of the day, you should think to yourself, I'm still holding this up though. Okay, I'm at the choice where I need to put this down or let it go, or put this down or just keep holding it, right? I mean, there's going to be a time where it's just, you don't have to take it off your shoulders anymore. All right, there's going to be a time where you're not going to have to push it off. Eventually it will come off you. Okay, you just have to wait for the time for the crane to go up and start lifting the mountain off you. All right, so until that time comes, stay positive, people. So especially a time where I mean, there are times when it get negative, right? We need a loved one to keep us up. Hmm. We do. All right, we need to keep just making sure, okay, that we are still going forward. Okay, and to make sure that we have our purpose. Okay, especially at a time where we go through our mama. Hey mama, I'm sad, ma. I don't know what to do, ma. Sit down, have a cup of tea. Now tell me the problem. Okay, this business deal. I don't know who to choose. This client has this client, this much of facts and this much of strategies and all that. And your mom is like, basically, this is a problem about choice. Okay, listen. Sometimes it's not about the money. Okay, sometimes it's not about the money at all, but it's about potential, my dear son. Choose the client that has more potential for your company. Do not think about the money will come. Just build. First build. You can't build a building, okay, in a second. You have to put the first block in. Hmm. And then you're like, all right, you get it. Your mother didn't know a word you just said. All right, strategies and all this and this marketing plans, for your business. Your mother, like, okay. So he's having a business. Okay, it's his business, and he needs someone who he can trust to stay with him to the end. That is how I think. I believe that's how our parents think. Okay, sometimes yes, I'm not saying that all mothers don't know what you're talking about. There are moms who actually know marketing and give you a marketing solution, right? But end of the day, our parents, especially our mother, has the answer for everything. I mean, who invented the encyclopedia? Must have been the best mom in the world. You know, I mean, especially at a time like that, okay, where you would just, and you don't know what to say. All right. The only time where you can say thank you is, where you spend some time with your mother, at least 3 minutes or even something, and or just basically, spending time with your own mother. Okay. But to show gratitude for what she has done, I mean, okay, let's face it. All right. Some people will never, admit that, oh, my mother came up with this plan for me. No, there are people out there who would actually just take the credit for themselves. Okay. And I would tell you, okay, as a person who hope hopes to be humble in every way possible, I'm going to tell you, don't do that. All right. It's okay to tell who's actually, the cause of your success, right? End of the day, it's your success, all right? But remember who helped you to get there, okay? Even if it comes to, the I mean, the person who cleans your office, all right? End of the day, they're making sure that you don't work in a dump yard, all right? You make sure that, no dust wherever you work, right? They're trying their best to make sure that you are comfortable for maybe 8 hours, or maybe if your shift is for 12 hours, it doesn't matter. But they're going to make sure that you are comfortable. All right. I mean, they'll make sure that, the coffee is ready whenever you want it, right? Whenever, just they're going to make sure that, everything is clean. All right. We owe them that. We owe everyone for the motivation that we have had, especially our dear mothers. All right. So, talk about a weekend in Windsor. Okay, now it's the UK's most famous mum HRH, Queen Elizabeth. Okay, and also a few places, rival Windsor for a mother and child trip together. Because basically, you are not going on this trip for yourself, children. Listen to me very carefully. You're taking this for your mother. Okay. hmm Exactly. It's about making your mom comfortable. All right. Even if you can't afford a big place, all right, it doesn't matter. Just take her somewhere. Okay. Just ask for two beds and also something, and you'll be like, oh, wait a minute. I mean, it's just for your mother, end of the day. I mean, you can't sacrifice a weekend of, to making sure that she has what she has. But when she has given it, giving you your best life for childhood for since the day you were born. Okay. The reason why you are who you are is also because of your mom. Because how can you have a progress without a start? And that start happened with your mother. Okay, your parents. That's how it all happened. Okay, true. I'm not going to say that. There are people there who actually abandoned you and went. Yeah, of course there are. Right? There are a lot of people out there who actually abandoned their children and left them. But the thing is, mother doesn't belong to just blood anymore. Okay, it belongs to the person who chooses to look after you. All right, the person who chooses to make sure that you somehow, at least, even 1% of happiness is given to you. All right, so we owe them a lot. So this is not just for biological mothers, but it's also for people who've actually been a parent to you, all right, who has always helped you get to where you are. Okay, I mean, despite your past, this doesn't mean that it's just like for your biological mother. Oh, my mom is not there. No, don't say that. There's always someone to take up the mantle until you are ready. All right, so we're going in for a short break. All right, and I need to call my mama and tell her that I love her. I'm kidding. I never tell it. Yeah, I don't know why, but she knows, right? I mean, she doesn't say it either. It would be nice that you told it to me, ma, once in a while. I mean, come on, ma. I'm human too. I need some love. We'll be back soon.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh. So that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, got me thinking. You want to stand out. Why do you want to stand out though so much, especially with these kind of shirts when you're writing? There must be a purpose behind it, right?
Well, when you say a purpose, Nick, what I do, I wear the shirts, mainly one because they're nice and bright, so they make me visible, especially if I'm riding on the road.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's very important, right? Because you want cars, yeah.
Very important. And also, like, people see me in like calves, and perhaps I shouldn't be saying this on air, I suppose, but in the bar afterwards.
All right.
And it gives them something to look at, and it makes them laugh. It makes them laugh, so that's why I do it.
Oh, and it could be a really good pickup line as well. Ladies who ask, "Hey, excuse me, so why are you wearing something so colorful?" I mean, hey, you can always have something up on your sleeve. I mean, you look like a guy who would do.
You know me too well. You know me too well, Nick. Again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, "You've had one to forget," God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, how much has changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. The way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no. If that makes sense. They can't
accept rejection, essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you, how did I do? Or you didn't do very well. And they get upset, and when I was a youngster, uh, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young, was to have sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, he'd say to me, "You had one to forget." That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter. Yeah.
You know, he'd say to me, "You had one to forget. Get over it," and that was it. So I had to dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, "You've had one to forget," God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. I mean, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you know, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. You know, when it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. You know how much. A lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, you know, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. You know, for the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid. I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. And now this show is it's going out to all the mothers out there today. All right. So it's basically how, well, it's actually going out to the children. Listen, children, sit down and take notes. Okay. Mothers, expect a gift soon from your beloved children. All right. And we'll be talking about how Windsor is a nice place to go to, where if you want your mother to feel like a royalty. Well, this is the place to be. Right, and you can stay at a lot of places. It's all about eating. Okay, eating classy. Okay, your mother always said, eat properly. All right, use your spoons wisely. All right, and you hold the teacup like this. All right, this is how exactly you hold the teacup. Okay, and talk clearly. All right, your mother was the basic person, the first teacher who actually said, say mama, dada. It's basically, your first teacher is always your mother. All right. We are so used to how our parents taught the ways of the world and the ways of life. And when another person, all right, I've heard this amazing theory from a person who's actually, who's more into the medical side of things. It's like how a baby's brain is like a sponge. All right. If you put, what I mean is, okay, you can leave a sponge on a dry surface, it will just stay dry. Okay. You can tear it up. I mean, you can do anything to it. But once you put that sponge on a puddle of water, all right, maybe a little bit of water, you know what could happen? Well, the water gets soaked into the sponge, right? So that is exactly how a baby's brain, an infant's brain, actually works. Whatever information you put them at, okay, for the next 2 years, it actually keeps going on. But the first 2 years are the most critical of them all, right? And it's whatever we absorb, okay. And if it wasn't for our parents, or even if it wasn't for people who actually looked out for us, right, we would we don't know where would we end up with, okay. I mean, so this is how we are different, people with different feelings, negative people, all right, are in, right, because of there wasn't a good influence on them. There was always maybe either, I mean, it's by luck whether you get a good influence or a good or a bad influence, okay. Some people, a lot of people people are actually born into a good influence, like from people who decide to take care of them, good or bad. All right, it's all about end of the day who took you in. But the first 2 years during that time, okay, if you do go through a negative situation as even as a child, okay, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be the most, I mean, we don't know. I mean, end of the day, even if you meet a good person, let's say you've been in this culture, you've been in this time for maybe about your entire teenage years till you were 19 and 20, and then suddenly you meet someone who'll be like, wait a minute, that's wrong, bro. That's not that's not how you deal with people. All right, I mean, it's rude the way I talk. I'm not rude. I'm just talking the way I talk. End of the day, we are trying to make sense to them. But then again, we forget that we weren't brought up the same way as them, or they haven't been brought up the same way as us, right? So exactly what I mean. So when it comes to a point where it's like, wow, what do I do now? Okay, you meet, but end of the day, this is why a villain doesn't think himself as a villain. They think of themselves as a hero. Okay, I mean, end of the day, a villain is still right for him. It's like, oh, this is bad. I'm gonna do it. I know it's not the right thing to do, but it's bad. I'm gonna do it. End of the day, that's not what they're thinking. They're thinking, no, this is the right thing to do. This is the right thing. This is my logic. This is my facts. This is my proof, and this is what needs to be done. Mhm. So you see, we're all villains in someone's story. Mhm. Even though, I mean, you can be the most nicest person. I mean, everyone calls me a nice person, man. What are you saying? All right. Everyone tells me that I'm the nicest person they've ever met. True. But to another person, you can be, well, you can be the most evil person that person has ever met. Not because that you were acting wrong or anything like that. No, my dear friend, no, not at all. It's just that the way what we have absorbed into our brains, we don't know. We have just categorized it ourselves to see, what is right and what is wrong. End of the day, we are the ones who picked it. This is the right thing to do. Another person will be, no, that's the wrong thing to do. No, this is the right thing to do. No, it's not. And that's the quarrel. That is the quarrel between negative and positive. Okay, negative situations are born. Okay, whoever had a person before negative negative feelings were created. I'm so positive. I'm so positive, and then after that, just one thought. Oh no, what am I going to do? This is where it leads to depression, anxiety, and all the whatnots, right? That's going to be like, oh man, I don't know what to do, right? I really don't know what to do anymore. This is what happens with us. Okay, we are looking for the right things to do, but end of the day, we are just being like, okay, this is what taught us the right thing to do. Okay, it is okay to do this, but it's bad to do this. But another person telling the other person it's okay to do that, but bad to do this. So all about different kinds of people and their own perspective, right? I mean, think of the chain. Okay, one person meets another person who's going through the same thing, and then they teach the future about them, and then they get used to that, and they keep getting used to it, and then they are like, well, I don't know what's happening here. All right, I really don't know what's happening. Okay, and that's end of the day, that a bad person can even become a celebrity, right? If you know anyone, drop it in the comments. Okay, and let's see who you think is a bad celebrity. I mean, like an evil one. Who do you don't trust? Tell me, who is it? Who do you think is the evil one from the celebrities? So that's still good. That's still bad. I mean, there are so many things that we can do. Okay, and but things we were brought up with. All right. Some say we were born with it. I don't think anyone is born with anything. After what my friend told me about that theory about the sponge, when you put a child's brain is like a sponge. All right, and it's after that. That means it was an empty mind. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. It was just an empty box ready to be filled, right? It was just an empty box ready to be filled, and suddenly it just got filled in the next 2 years. And whatever happens, it's very hard to take it out of you. you can take the person out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the person. Something like that, I guess. Yeah, those are the exact things that that actually can go wrong for people. But people, I don't know. I mean, end of the day, for me, I this person can be right, but still he could be making so much. End of the day, I'm gonna feel like, no, you're wrong, bro. I really don't understand why you keep doing that, but I feel like you're wrong. Okay. And your facts, it's valid facts, but I still disagree. What is that? It's basically a gut feeling that they're going through. And people forget that. Okay. But people have also found ways to actually just go like, you just can't. When you're feeling negative, whether it's in different person or not, we always go to this one person that actually helps us look after things. Okay. The person who taught us everything, our own dear mother. So we need a time, when she took a lot of negative. I mean, she sacrificed most of her time to for you. All right, sacrificed her dreams, sacrificed her happiness. Maybe she wanted to be a doctor, and she was like, "Oh, I have kids now. I can't be a doctor." You know, uh, it's basically taking them on a lot of trips. Okay, and I mean that's the only way you can do it, because you can't compete with a mother's love. Okay, you will understand that when, or maybe you might be understanding now that you are now a mother yourself. Who knows, right? A weekend outdoors is another way to go. I mean, still camping. Okay, I mean, we all know our mothers expect us to sleep. Like, hey, it's a rocky place, sleep on the rocks. Okay, use the big rock as a pillow. Okay, use the sand as the sheet, as a blanket. And you're like, Ma, how is that possible? Learn it. This is life. I am here to teach you. Yes, Ma. Okay. That's how it is. And that is why most of us, we are so comfortable going anywhere in the world. All right. We are so comfortable, because, the way we've been brought up to be like, if you have to stay on the street for a night, get used to it. All right. Do not be ashamed to fall asleep on the street. Right. But then again, it's your fault that you are there. Right. And that is what your mother teaches. Don't let it come to that point in your life where you have to sleep on the street. If you go to the streets like that, okay, that is where you will be for a long time, because depression and anxiety, okay, I mean, it's all there, right? As soon as you have come to that level in your life, you are just going to lose it. All right. You're just going to be like, oh, man, it's just depression and my friend anxiety, man. How you guys do it? So remember, whatever point you are in your life is because of your choice, okay? And if you've done the wrong choice, there are ways to fix it, okay? Or maybe you have to move on to something else. Just keep moving. Do not stop. Keep moving forward. And the one example I can give you is always talk to your mama. Always talk to her, all right? So never have that time, where you can show your gratitude towards your mother, despite of what all the things that have you been going through, maybe negative or good. Just take her out on a small, like a nice tent out, or maybe like one of those traveling vehicles that that you can have a traveling home kind of place. All right. And weekend outdoors, treat her to something nice to eat. All right. And then maybe you can even, I don't know, maybe whatever it is, get her stuff to read, or watch a movie with her, outdoors, or just show her some starlight. You to get a telescope and just so let's look at the stars, ma. Right? Exactly. So you can do all of that. Everything of that is possible. All right. But it's all about making sure, all right, how you have the best mom in the world, and how you need to show her your gratitude. Right, so we'll be heading in for a small break right now, and I'll see you soon. This is Kyle on the Vibe, right here on Relax Radio. Keep it locked, keep it tuned in for more.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. What am I saving or investing for? Why am I doing it? When will I need the money? and how much money do I need? Yeah. So that's quite important, because when you're looking at your net worth, you got to start and say, well, what do I want my net worth to be, so that there's a goal, and then work backwards. How do I get there? And if I can start with £50 or $50 a week, if I save that every week, and you can go online and use calculators online. I don't have to teach you the maths behind it, but you can say, okay, and if I get a 3% return and I put this away for how long will it take to reach my goal? And that's called just this basic cash flow projection calculations. And it's what we use in financial planning all the time. What we say to clients is, we say, okay, what is your goal? What is your objective? Where do you want to go to? And we discuss that in a lot of detail and over most of the meeting. And then the rest of it is saying, okay, in your exact circumstances, with your risk profile, with how you feel about investments and pensions and taxes and where you are and who you work with, and your education level or your lack of education, or how involved you want to be. There's a lot of variables that we take into account, and then we say, okay, here's a plan. You start like this, that's great. And then we review it all the time, and we say, okay, we need to increase it, we're on track, we're not, this is what has happened. Because remember, when you're dealing with assets, the valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday, and what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's a struggle. Yeah. So there are strategies everywhere from £50 a week up to £100 million, and they're different, right? They range differently from everyone, but and from country to country, to be fair. Different countries have different tax laws, so with different vehicles. But from your point of view, at the sort of normal end, I'm not going to call it the low end because I'm in that boat as well. It's as tax efficient as you can get it. That's where you start. You use all the tax efficiencies, and then you step up into different things.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. And now, also, we've been talking about, okay, moms. Last time I was here, I spoke about fathers. Now it's time for the most important person in our life, okay? Now, fathers, of course, you get the title of the most strongest person in our lives, but also the mothers, of course, the most important person in our lives. The heart, the body, the mind, everything goes to our mom, okay? So, places that you can take your mom for a vacation, okay? Now, oh, here's a place. I'm going to try to say this, okay? Discover Daphne du Maurier in Fourway. Okay, wow. It's a nice place. It's a really nice place. This one I'm going to take my mom. Okay, if you treat your mom to, a mother and child, reunion, a trip to the Cornwall, okay, and, you'll soon learn that an air of mystery certainly lives on. Oh, there's a mystery here in this place. Oh, I love that. I love a mystery. Okay. My mom would be like, yeah, you want to find out everything. Okay. Whether even there is something about this house you would want to go inside. I'm basically like, yeah, I shouldn't be doing that. All right. But then your mom is like, yeah, you are going to go. You are definitely going to go. Right. You go. I'm going to stay here and drink my cup of tea. Whether you come back or not is up to you. But remember, leave your credit card. All right. Your mama's going to take a long vacation. Oh, and the facts about the conversation you can have with your mother. You should, like, basically it could be a big quarrel, but you're gonna be like, and then when you talk to your parents, when you talk to your friends about it, they're like, huh? It's funny. Because it's just a joke. End of the day, okay, it's just like it's nothing to take serious. You are never gonna be mad at your mom. One way down the line, you are always gonna be bonded together because you know that both of you are connected in a very special way. Okay, the reason why you are in this world is because of your mother. Okay, did you think that you are here because you wanted to be here? No way. Okay, so places that you can actually go for, right? I mean, you know capital cocktails in London seem like really tempting, right? And it's, well, if your mother approves, well, you can go for that, right? And basically what moms always like is, like, spa luxury, and it's called Pog and Pot. Okay, you get chances to escape your wife. Don't come along to it. They don't come along too often. We all know that. Yeah. You don't stop playing enough face. All right, I mean, we all know that this happens. Okay, and some quality mother child time, okay, is gonna be the best time. Okay, even for a week, right? I still haven't gone on a trip with my mother yet, all right, but I do have gone on, like, lunch dates and stuff. Well, because of, got to be very careful also where we go to. It's not like the world is the same like before. I mean, we do have different kinds of things that we go for. Okay, but sometimes, because of, like, but now the travel restrictions are up. Okay, but at a time, it wasn't possible. But before that, it was just, buying something to eat, all right, ordering some food over home, and having that meal with, while having a chat with your mother. Because, see, traveling is not just leaving your home. All right, while talking, you can travel to many memories. Okay, Sana, my son, there was a time where you would be just, you'd be worried that whether you'll go taller than me. You thought that you will get my height. you know well, which is very true. At 9 years, at 9 years of age, my mom's very short, right? She's pretty much right here when I'm sitting down. Okay, she's pretty much this height, right? And at 9 or maybe 10, I was still not that tall. And my father suddenly said something like, "Oh, looks like the sun didn't get my height." No, I'm like, "What?" And my dad is 6 feet. Okay, he's 6 feet tall, and I'm like, "I did not get that. Oh no!" And I started crying. Okay, a 9-year-old boy is crying. I'm not gonna be taller than mama. I'm not gonna be taller than anyone. I mean, it was a true story. But then eventually, now, of course, like, well, I am my dad's height, thankfully. You know, saved by the height. All right, and but still, that little person. Every time you go home, the first thing you do is scream your mother's name. And when I mean name, I mean like, Ma, Mama. And then she'll be like, what? No, just looking. Because you know why? Home is not a home without mom. Okay. Home is not a home without mom. Okay. And when you see your mother, whenever you go, all right, you know that she is the best person that has come to your life. Okay. Whether it's quarreling every day or whether it's, having a good time, or maybe you're a child who actually likes to cook with your mom. All right. Like a lot often. So why not, right? When it comes to a time to actually, show gratitude to your mom, take her on a vacation. All right. It's not just you who needs to get away from reality, it's also people, right? I mean, just remember your mom sacrificed a lot for you. All right. And the least you could do, is take her out on a vacation. Okay. This is just a small break from reality, ma. I'm sorry we have to go back to it, right? But I'm telling you, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. All right. But this is what we can do for now. You are gonna need it, right? You are definitely going to need it. So remember, look out for your mom, because she's looked out for you all your life. She's still looking out for you, although you're the one looking out for her now. Okay. End of the day, her prayers are the ones that stick. Okay. The prayers of the mother has always the one that has stick with their children. All right. Because it's all of pure love that your mother does this for you. So remember, wherever you go, okay, no matter what you do, take her. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you to take her places to Durham, okay? Make history in Durham, or I can go places like this. But at the end of the day, now I'm thinking, I can tell you so many places for you to go with your mom. All right. But now the time of having the time to actually go out there, right? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. But still make that time. Okay. You have the right to make that time. Do it. Go for it. Right? And be positive. And treat the real person, the real right reason why you are in this world. The reason why you are in this world is because of your mother. All right. I mean, maybe you didn't want to come to this world unknowing how reality is, but still, end of the day, the only world we would like to go to, we would like to be in, okay, is with our mom. Okay, fathers, I'm sorry, I'm not saying your words so much, but it's true. All right, you all know it's true because we've all had our mothers. All right, we've all had our mothers. So that's the time. It's just mom. Okay, fathers are the soul of the family, but mother is everything else. All right, mother is the one that keeps it up, and mother is the one that keeps the family going, making sure that all this, even there's a problem, you're like that's enough. What is wrong with you? Okay, that's enough now. So keep it locked, keep it tuned in. And also in the next hour, all right, we'll be talking on, basically about how we can travel to space. All right, mothers out there. Okay. I mean, this could be it. This could be the travel to space, a little close to heaven. All right. So this is the space where you would like to see what the world is like. I mean, now I wonder what the flat earth society says now. I'm pretty sure Richard Branson saw the whole that the earth is round kind of thing. Mm-hmm. What do you say now? Shall we take them out on a space trip? I guess we'll talk about that next. Keep it locked, keep it tuned in for more on the Relax Radio on the Vibe with Kyle. No, I'm not done with my break yet. Hang on a minute, all right?
Again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, has how much it's changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. You know, the way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no, if that makes sense. They can't
accept rejection. Essentially, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you, how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset. You know, and when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young, well, I still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, he might say to me, "You had one to forget." That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, damn, that's the real fact of the matter. Yeah.
You know, he'd say to me, "You had one to forget. Get over it," and that was it. So I dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, "You've had one to forget," God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. I mean, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you know, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. You know, when it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. You know how much. A lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, you know, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. You know, for the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid. I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.